Shalakia. Let me just get situated. Shalakia. I want to start off with a quick verse before I get into this. This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. With that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakakdash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have continued to teach us this truth 100% according to the Bible. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad through the four corners of the earth. Once again, I'm Inah coming live from Denver, pushing this word as we're commanded to do. You know, these statutes, laws, and commandments and judgments are not done away with as the Christian blind. Some quick little scriptures here as well, because this is not for everybody, as the Christian and Catholic Church promote. You know, the Catholic Church is a universal church. The Christian Church, Shalakia, I hope I said it right. The Catholic Church is a universal church, and same thing with Christianity. They promote that it's for everybody, but it's not. It's only for the elect. It's only for the children of Israel. But this is just something that's been on my mind these past couple of days. I wanted to bring it out a couple of days ago, but just been under the weather. Haven't been able to have the vocal cords to keep doing live videos. And then after camp today, I started losing my voice, so I figured might as well just go into it today, since I was already out there with the brotherhood on the highways and hedges. So now if I lost my voice a little bit, it's okay, because at least I'm indoors. You know, I don't have to speak up a little bit louder as I would being out in the streets due to the noise, cars, traffic, ambulances, fire trucks, you know, all that havoc that goes on. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, and in whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, shall shine unto them. For we preach not of ourselves, but of Hamashiach Yahushai, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and ourselves your servants for Yahushai's sake. So at the end of the day, we do this for the Most High. We do this for Yahushai. You know, it's for their glory. You know, we're not out here, as I said in my previous video, we're not out here to get no fame. But yeah, after Kobe Bryant's death, you know, pretty sure a lot of people were upset about his death, but it is what it is. You know, ain't nobody perishes being innocent, as the scriptures say. But this article here, I'm not too sure how it's gonna go in, but I've seen the titles of this, and not this specific article, but I seen titles going around of fans starting to GoFundMe to buy Colin Kaepernick a helicopter after Kobe Bryant's tragedy. Nobody around the NFL really likes Colin. Pretty sure your average Joe American, diehard American, hates Colin Kaepernick. But I don't know. There was something always about him when I was in the world. I used to like him. I wanted him to be on the team I used to be a fan of. But I got out of all of that, so I really don't care anymore. But at the same time, it's like this goes to show you, all you Jakes out there, you 2/3, the elect, the hopeful elect, the 1/3. Doesn't matter if you're a Jake. These so-called Caucasians, they don't like you. They don't fucking like you. They're not your friends. They want nothing from you. All they want is for you to go out there, continue to be a slave, continue to be an employee, a slave, and make them money. That's all they want. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Caucasians out there that are pretty cool to hang out with, this and that. But at the end of the day, you can't trust them. You can't trust nobody. You have to put your faith in the Most High. Can't put your trust in no man. Here it is. Psalms chapter 118, verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. We already know this. You can't have no confidence in anybody. Things hit the fan. AKA shit hits the fan. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you. You gotta hold your own ground. And at the end of the day, there's very few artists, movie stars, rappers, athletes out there that will stand firmly in what they believe in and lose all their money, lose what they're after, because they're strong in what they believe in. Obviously, we know that he was standing up for the minority. He was getting tired of seeing all these young Judites getting shot up in the street. He was taking his stand. That was his stage. And what did the elites tell him? Hey, stop! You need to stand. Stop kneeling. You need to stand and pledge allegiance to the flag, and he wasn't doing it. He knew that there was a bigger issue than going out there and just playing football. But the thing is, Colin Kaepernick still needs to. He knows. All these athletes, everybody out there, they know about the Most High. The one way or another, this truth has been out there. If the elites in government know, what makes you think that these athletes and superstars don't? They sit there and mock the Most High. What was that? Boozy? What was he over there just not too long ago? A week ago or something like that? He was over there flipping the Most High, saying he's going to continue to eat pork. Hey man, they know. These rappers know. These superstars know. Comedians, they all know. But see, he needs to turn back and call upon the name of the Most High. You know, because he's not going to be able to do anything without the Most High. You know, at the end of the day, hey, he's a familiar face out there. You know, and if these Edomites want him dead, you know, when all hell breaks loose, even if all hell doesn't break loose, you know, they'll try to hurt him. How many death threats did he not get? Let me go into this article now. If there's one silver lining to Kobe Bryant's death, it brought people together and brought out the best in them. Unfortunately, it brought out the worst in some others. The NBA league was tragically killed along with Shalakia. The NBA legend was tragically killed with his daughter in a helicopter crash, prompting many to wish former NFL QB Colin Kaepernick was in the situation, could face the same fate. So, you know, there's people wishing that he could be in there, wishing it could have been him instead of Kobe. See, it says one fan even started a GoFundMe to purchase Kaepernick a helicopter. Every American that bleeds red, white, and blue, get Colin Kaepernick a helicopter. Sign the petition. And it tells you the link. Wish Colin Kaepernick could afford a helicopter. See all these people. Frank Sturgeon, Chris German. You know, you got their little sites in their however they posted it. So they're not ashamed to say who they are and what they want with Kaepernick. You know, the way they want this man to die is the same way they want all of us. They want all of us to die. Look at this guy, Pedro Lopez. Fucking Jake. Even the 2/3. Life is unfair. That idiot Kaepernick should have been alone on that helicopter. I mean, you guys are... that's the thing, you know. These fools are lost. They don't consider the Most High before anything else. You know, they consider this country, their life they're living before anything else. And if anybody goes against this country, they want them dead. That's good. That's how we feel too. We don't want these Edomites alive. We don't want these 2/3 alive. When it comes to the truth of the Holy Bible. You got this Jake, Captain Headass. Stupid kind of name is that? I wish Kaepernick had a helicopter. Why couldn't it have been Colin Kaepernick that died in a helicopter? Daniel C. Chamberlain? Has anyone taken up a collection yet to buy Colin Kaepernick a helicopter? I'm telling you, man, these motherfuckers hate us. I'm telling you, man, it's all fun and games until shit starts hitting the fan and these motherfuckers go off. You know, and with that, I just want to get into some scriptures now. Because at the end of the day, we know that the Most High is only dealing with the elect. He's not dealing with anybody else. He's dealing with the 1/3. He's putting his prophets out there on the highways and byways to go preach this word, to bring in the elect. to fill up his house, the Most High's house. He's calling everybody his lost sheep. Says Malachi chapter 2 verse 2, if ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts. And what does that mean, host? It means armies. He's Lord of all the armies. He's the one gathering up all these armies together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All these wars that are going on, they're not going on just because it's man's doing. No, it's the Most High putting it into them. And that's the thing too, This guy, Kaepernick, needs to turn back. He needs to turn back and turn back into the Most High. So, going back into Malachi. I will even send a curse upon you, and will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart. And what does that mean? If we go back into Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15, he tells us right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. See, that's what he's referring to in Malachi. He's telling us, what did he say? He's going to curse us. Let me read that again. This is Malachi 2 and 2. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, see, with all your heart, with all your might, in sincerity, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart. You don't take it seriously. You think it's a joke. It's verse 3. Behold, I will corrupt your seed, and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your soul feast, and one shall take you away with it. Shlaki, even the dung of your soul feast, and one shall take you away with it. The Most High is not playing around. He gets on all of us. Let me go into the blue letter. Like you hear ambulances or cops out there. And that's the thing, I don't live in the best areas. So I understand what Jake's going through all the time. I've been through it. I've been there. You have to sit there and constantly look and, on all your mirrors, trying to see what the hell's going up, making sure you don't get pulled over. Okay, let's see. I wanted to go into that phrase.
Strong's H2282. Chag.
Hag.
Chag.
Alright, I want to see what it means with that. Oops, what happened? Feast, festivals. Oh, it's not giving me the... Here, let me do this. I just want to go into this word. It's always good to look up words. Not cheerful or smiling, serious, characterized by deep sincerity. So he's basically gonna bring us down to a low state. He's gonna even when we want to celebrate something, we're not gonna be able to celebrate it. You know, everything's gonna be serious. Everything's gonna be taken away from us. This is let me go down into chapter 3. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, I will send my messengers, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom he seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant whom he delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. You know, so everything's always been prepared. You know, nothing has been out of order from the moment that who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ was born and he started his ministry. It was all ordained how everything was going to go. And see, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know, what that guy said, life's unfair. He wishes if it's Colin Kaepernick. Says, says life is unfair. That idiot Kaepernick should have been alone in that helicopter. But this is what Psalms chapter 33 verse 4 says. For the word of the Lord is right. See, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, he is right every single time. He's never wrong. And all his works are done in truth. He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is filled of goodness of the Lord. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the host of them, by the breath of his mouth. He gathered the waters of the sea together as a heap, and he laid upon the depths in the storehouses. That's what I want to get into as well. Verse 8. Let all the earth fear the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. That's the thing. You need to fear him. He wants to put that fear back into everybody out there. Get into Amos. And this is what I was talking about when he's the one that when he's the one gathering everybody for war. It's all them that are going over there, all these nations. Iran, Iraq, they're all in the middle of it's just a great mess over there, you know. Let me bring this out right away before I lose it. This is just to, you know, just to confirm what I was saying. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 13, verse 12. Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Why is he going to judge all of them? Because at the end of the day, you know, that just because they're not Esau, that don't mean they're not going to get judged. They're going to get judged just as well. Oh, Shalakia. I had to get my charger on there. But they're going to judge. Well, they've all gotten rich off of us. You know, they come to America, they drunk upon the holy mountain as well. You know, they're everywhere. Some of them had us in slavery. This is the 7th slavery we're in. This is the longest slavery we've been in. And this is that 7th slavery, which is completion. It's a whole number, completion. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe, and come, get you down, for the press is full, the fatness overflowed, for the wickedness is great. All this wickedness going around about. You know, nobody understands what's going on. Everybody's doing as thou wilt. They all have that as that wilt, you know, do as you will mentality that Esau has given them. And I wanted to get into Amos as well. A couple of verses that I'd like into that I like in Amos. And this is another thing, you know. We're catching a lot of the judgment first because who are we? We're the Israelites. We are the real Hebrew Israelites, not those fake Jewish Amalekites that are out there in Jerusalem now. You know, it tells us here in Amos chapter 3, verse 1, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So this whole slavery thing, this whole conquer, I came, I saw, I conquered. This whole Spaniards coming to these lands, taking over the Americas, and basically massacring everybody here in the Americas when they took over. That was him punishing us. That was him punishing us because we were going off. You know, and it didn't stop there. They went and they brought the so-called Negroes, Judites, the Southern Kingdom, the Levites, the Benjamin, all the tribes. They brought them over here. For what? So that prophecy could be fulfilled. that we were all going to serve in bondage together. Make it a little bit faster. Let's see. Is it 12? It's not 12. Four. Here you go. Because at the end of the day, you know, whether we make it or not, it's already ordained. But this is why. This is Jeremiah 31 and 31. 31 and 30. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, said the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So, you know, this new covenant was us coming together, understanding this truth, you know, when we were, when this knowledge was given unto us, when knowledge was coming up, because we're in the times of great knowledge. We lost who we were. We lost our heritage. You know, we were broken down. You know, we were just called bywords. Make it seem, and they made it seem that 1940 or 1492, when Christopher Columbus, when Cortez came, that's where our life started. But our lives did not start then. We have been before, and we will always be. (33) But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write them in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And this is talking about, you know, there's going to be a time where everything's going to be written in our hearts and our minds. We're not going to go off anymore once he comes back for us. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sins no more. But once we start calling upon his name, you know, we what the Deuteronomy chapter, what is 32, I believe. Talking about the curses will turn tables, basically. Shalakia. I believe this is it here. Yep. Okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30. And let me just read a couple of them. This is of starting in verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy power hath driven thee. So he's already scattered us. We're lost. We don't know who we are. We in our past lives, we've already been under the blessings. There was a time where Israel, where Judah, they reigned. They were the kings. Nations had fear of them. They were in their own lands. Now we have the curses. We're in these lands not knowing who we are. We're the bottom now. But now we're calling upon his name. We're seeking that salvation, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, that thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, thy power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power hath scattered thee. If any of this, verse 4, if any of thy be driven out unto the uttermost part of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy father possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. So all those stories we hear about our forefathers, King Solomon, King David, how Jacob lived, how Isaac lived, how Abraham lived, how Moses lived, everybody, Abraham, we have Noah, we hear how the Lord dealt with all of them. We know that they never needed anything. Look at Job, he never needed anything. He had, then the Lord took everything away from him. Then he recompensed him again. He gave him everything he lost. So as much as they had, he's saying that we're going to have that and much more. Verse 6, and the Lord thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, and that thou mayest live. So when He's going to circumcise our heart, He's going to make us pure again. Corinthians. Slovakia. This is Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. It says, Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. See? At that last trumpet, it's not going to be before that. It's not going to be after. It's at before that last trumpet. Because why? Because we're all going to go through Jacob's trouble. That was in Joel, I believe. For the corruptible must put on incorruption, and the mortal must put on immortality. Why? Because there's not going to be no corruption in the kingdom. There's not going to be no sinful nature for us in the kingdom. Verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and the mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. So we're going to have that victory. Going back into the verse 6 in Deuteronomy chapter 30. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which prosecute thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. Well, we see the tables turning. Doesn't matter how bad doesn't matter how bad they want us to die. It doesn't matter how bad they want us to suffer. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will not let nobody harm us. But the thing is, you have to listen. You have to hearken unto the words. You don't hearken unto the words, what makes you think he's going to take you out of it at that last trumpet? And I was looking for, since I had brought it up, thought it was in I'm saying this is the thing. This is why we're under the curses and why we suffer so much as well. It is not so much that things just happen just to happen either, but it's that the Most High lets it happen to us because we're not hearkening unto his word. We're not listening. We're not obeying it. We're not trying our best to keep his statutes, laws, and commandments. So he lets things happen to us. You know, and at the same time, if we're not in this truth, he's making moves whether or not he wants you in it, he's going to make those moves to bring you in and take you out, or to have you live your life and bring you in one way or another. You're going to be in the fold. If it's meant for you to be in it. This is Jeremiah chapter 11 verse 17. For the Lord of hosts that planted thee hath pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger, and offering incense unto Baal. All these other images, all these other religions, you sit there, you provoke the Most High. Here we go. Because he won't let nothing happen to us. See, this is Psalms 125, verse 1. I'm just going to read the whole chapter. It's a small chapter. It says, they that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. As the mountains are around about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside into their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the works of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. See, as long as you keep seeking his face, as long as you keep trying to do the works, as long as you keep trying to day in and day out, because everybody sits there and says, YOLO, you only got one life, do whatever you want. Then you got some people that sit there, oh, tomorrow's not promised. Live today like it's your last. That's all crap, man. Your next hour is not promised. 5 minutes from now, it's not promised. I don't know what can happen to me. So am I going to go out and just live however I want? No. I'm going to be diligent in this. I want to strive to be better at understanding and praying and seeking the kingdom. Without the kingdom, what am I doing? What good am I? I'm just as good as any walking dead out there. Looking over your shoulder to see, make sure nobody's going to try to pocket you. Make sure you're not going to get pulled over by the police. Making sure somebody doesn't run a red light and T-bone you. You don't know what can happen. You could be driving and an earthquake could happen. And you could be driving under a bridge and that bridge collapse. You have no idea what can happen. What was Kobe doing? Flying in a helicopter and it went down. You don't know how healthy or not you are. Whether you are healthy or not, it doesn't matter. The Most High can make you go into a damn stroke. Give you a heart attack. Because you want to sit there and be evil and stress out over life because this and that and nothing's going your way. And you cause yourself to get a heart attack. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Verse 3, and their goings from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of man, yet is their hope full of immortality. See, these heathens, these other nations, these 2/3, they look at us as we're done deal. They look at us as we given up. They look as we have no hope. See, but we can't be flesh. We have to stay in the spirit. You know, you're mortal. You're fleshly. You know, them fleshly thoughts get into you. Verse 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. See, he's comparing us to gold. How precious is that? Even though you went off, worshipped other gods, he still considers you as gold, if not better than gold. Verse 7. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. What does that mean? What did I read in 1 Corinthians? In the twinkle of an eye. In a twinkling of an eye, he's going to change our bodies. He's going to circumcise our hearts. And then what's going to happen? We're going to go to and fro. What's going on with that? What do I mean from that? Let me just get up. Shalakia, let me get the precept for that. It's in Psalms. Nope, it's in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16 and 16. You know, because this is going to be something amazing. You know, the Most High is creating something amazing. This is going to be better than the Super Bowl. The day of the Lord is going to be better than the Super Bowl. You 2/3 out there, you have no idea what's going to happen. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Because this day, everybody's still talking about it. They're not talking about the declaration that was signed to take all the Jews and these Amalekites into Jerusalem. Ain't nobody talking about that. Everybody's still talking about the parting of the Red Sea. Into 14. The Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where they had it. Shalakim. And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. See, he's going to take us out of here. And what? Those so-called UFOs. He's going to come into what they say as he left, as he departed from here. This is the same way Yahushua is going to return in the cloud, in those so-called chariots. Those UFOs, so-called UFOs. They're chariots. They're the Most High chariots. They're vehicles for you to understand it a little bit better. A modern day chariot nowadays, what is it? It's your vehicle. It's your little Honda. It's your truck, your SUV. It's an airplane. It's all those are chariots. Verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord. And see, this is going back into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. Did I lose my spot? Says verse 7, and in that time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. See, and this is what's going to happen with what's going on with Kanye West. Mr. I have a ministry, Mr. Jesus is good, man. What are all these guys doing? They're preppers, building. They have bunkers. Some of them have gone even as far as buying silos where missiles were held out there in Kansas, and they basically have suites built into them. So they're building bunkers. They have bunkers built, and not the ordinary type of person could buy it. You can't go to the bank and get a loan. You have to have cash money to buy one of them. All right. And what's gonna happen? See, he's gonna change our bodies. Behold, I will send for many fishers. See, the apostles, the elders, everybody out there, they're fishers. Out there on the highways and hedges, they're fishers. They're fishing, they're reeling them in. Hey, come on, elect. You 1/3. Come on, get in it, get in it. Saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters. See? There it is. And they shall hunt for them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So they're going to go. Hey, he said that they're going to be like sparks, man, running to and fro, man. Hey, the elect is not someone you're going to want to mess with in those times. You're going to be hiding from the elect. Verse 17. Slakia. Verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my ears. Shalakia. Neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sins double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. So you heathen, especially you tribes that come from Esau. Hey, he has special judgments reserved for them. Why? Because they defiled the land right now. Jerusalem is defiled. They have the biggest gay parades out there. The biggest gay parades are in Jerusalem. What do? They love to eat abominable foods. And it's just like the iniquity, man. It's just everything they do is fucked up. With their Planned Parenthood, with their witchcraft sorceries. I was hoping I could find Jacob's trouble again, but I think it was in Hosea. No, that was okay, that was a different scripture I was thinking of right there. Well, let me just continue with what's gonna happen, understanding all this for these Edomites, for Edom, for the land of Idumea. It's all gonna be destroyed. It says Amos chapter 9 verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Going down into verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the branches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So, all you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's gonna come to pass, where you're not at the bottom anymore. Especially you elect man, you hopeful elect man out there. You guys are gonna come back and be kings of their earth, And the Most High is gonna come down, and he's gonna have many crowns. Why? Because he's going to be ruler of all the nations. I lost it, but at the end of the day, like I said, this is only for the elect. Nobody else. Because you 2/3 ain't worthy enough for it. And I'll prove that. In Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is my power. At the end of the day, like I said, this is only for the elect. This is only for that 1/3. And hey, that 1/3, boy, is still a big number. He tells us, hey, Israel is just like the sand of the sea. Can't number it. Can't number it. And like I said before, it has nothing to do with what you are, who you are in this society. It has everything to do with His will, who He wants. Why? But let me get this out first, Hosea, because I have brought it up. This is Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appointed themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Hey, that day is coming. That day is coming. And let me get John chapter 15, verse 16. Going to verse 15. 14, Shalakia. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. So he's calling us friends if we do what he says for us to do. Henceforth I called you not servants, for the servants knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. See? If we were his servants, he wouldn't be telling us what the plans are. He wouldn't be telling us the blueprints of the plans and how things are going to happen. That's why the apostles, hey, they've been at it for years, decades, and they're passing down that knowledge unto us through the Spirit, through the Ruach HaKodesh, which lets us understand that. So we can see what's going on with Iran and the United States, which is Persia. The daughter of Babylon. Gog and Magog, Russia and China. We understand what's going on. Henceforth I called you not servants. Verse 15. Henceforth I called you not servants. For the servants knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. So, tell me, man, hey, at the end of the day, stop trusting these fucking Edomites. Excuse my language, but man, we gotta beat this into you. We gotta beat this into you. It's a one thing. Look, when you first come into the truth, talking, I'm pretty sure a lot of the Akim out there felt the same way. You come in, you find out you're mad because you've been oppressed. Hey, but the Lord says, hey, you gotta be wise as the serpent, harmless as the dove. Learn to live in peace with your enemies. Hey, we're not at the time right now to go out here and try to war with them. Their blessing is the sword. Going back into Genesis. But knowing who we are, we have one job to do, and that's just to prophesy the downfall. This is Obadiah 2. Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy... Let me go into verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador said among the heathen, arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And that goes back to what I was talking about, you know, the Most High getting everybody into the land of Jehoshaphat. Shalakia. You know, he's gathering everybody up. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Verse 5. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? So, you know, through the Rakakdash, we understand this. We understand who is who. We could put a face on these nations in the Bible. You know, they're not hid to us anymore. Goes back to what I was reading. Second Corinthians chapter 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. It's hid. It's hid. It's hid to them. Why? Because these are the blueprints of what's going to happen. Only the elect man, it's only given to the elect to go out there and prophesy against Edom, to let them know. That way everything could be fulfilled. Shalakia. Here we go. Because a lot of us are going to go through that. But it says right here, Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great authority, Shalakia, and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Going down, it says verse 36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating, they were drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and took them away, and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man of Shalakia, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. See, that day is going to come like no other. It's going to come like a thief in the night. Hey, he's going to come like a thief in the night for those that are not ready. Because the elect are going to know the signs. We're giving you the signs. Let's see, Proverbs chapter 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. Verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contagious and angry woman. There is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise. But a foolish man spitted it up. Verse 21. He that followed after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor. So at the end of the day, hey, you continue to be in that rebellious state of mind, hey, the Most High has ordained you for that. There ain't nothing else that we can say or do to bring you out of it. Let's see, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit, which is talking about certain land, certain continent, shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. And their bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim was crucified. And they of the peoples and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these 2 prophets tormented them that dwelleth on earth. After the 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood up upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So this goes back into everything that's going to happen. You know, you guys are going to be trying to get rid of the elect, of the man that are out there on the highways and byways. You're not going to be able to get rid of them. You know, in that twinkling of an eye. What was that? Shalaki, I forgot what let's see. Let's look. Matthew. Shalakia. This is Matthew 16 and 28. Let's go up. 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father and his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there shall be some standing here which shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in the kingdom. Well, hey, he's going to change all our bodies, and not everybody's going to die. You know, there's only going to be a certain amount of people who die. Hey, and that's going to be for a testimony. Because why? They're going to go get their faith tested to death. They're going to really show these heathens and these Edomites that, hey, our power is real, and we're not scared to die, because he's going to bring us back to life. This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 4. Let me go up one. Verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with man, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes, and they shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And verse 5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. So everything that's written, hey, some of us are going to die. Some of us are not going to taste death until he comes back, until we see Yahushua coming back in that glorious, that chariot. Beautiful. All praises. Call Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahushua Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. You know? Just going to end it there. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have continued to push this truth and teach us this truth 100% according to the Bible, which the Rakakadash has given them. That revealing, it lifted up that veil so they can see, so they can hear. They give us we have teachers to teach us. And always, salutations to you, hopeful elect are scattered abroad, pushing this word on the highways and hedges, out there at any corner, any plaza that you may find yourself at. No, shalom.